In 2010, Kristine and Michael Barnett thought they had opened their hearts to a 6-year-old orphan from Ukraine, a little girl named Natalia Grace. She was small, fragile, and in need of love. Born with a rare form of dwarfism, she couldn't walk properly, and her tiny frame made her appear much younger than other children her age. For the Barnetts, adoption was an act of kindness, a new beginning for a child in need. But soon their dream of a happy family turned into a chilling nightmare. Kristine and Michael made a shocking claim that no one could believe. They insisted that Natalia wasn't a child at all, but a grown woman posing as a little girl. They accused her of deception, violence, and even attempted murder. Was Natalia really a child in need? Or was she a dangerous adult playing a sinister game? As the truth unraveled, it became clear that this was one of the most bizarre and controversial adoption cases in history. And the real question remained. Were the Barnetts telling the truth? Or was Natalia Grace a victim of something even more terrifying? Adoption is supposed to be a beautiful act. A child without a home finds a loving family. That's what the Barnetts believed when they brought Natalia Grace into their home in 2010. She had been adopted from Ukraine, and at the time her paperwork listed her date of birth as 2003, making her 6 years old. But soon after she arrived, the Barnetts claimed something felt off. Natalia had adult-like mannerisms, using complex vocabulary and displaying knowledge beyond her years. She didn't seem interested in toys or cartoons. Instead, she preferred adult conversations. Kristine noticed that when she bathed Natalia, she had full pubic hair, which didn't match a 6-year-old child's development. Natalia also had no growth spurts, something that should have happened even with her condition. Then came the terrifying accusations. Kristine and Michael claimed that Natalia was dangerous. They said she was violent, manipulative, and even tried to kill them. That was when the Barnetts decided they couldn't keep Natalia in their home anymore. What followed would become one of the most bizarre legal and media battles of all time. The shocking allegations begin. The Barnetts alleged that Natalia was not a child at all, but a grown woman, possibly in her 20s or 30s, pretending to be 6. Their claims became even more disturbing. Kristine said Natalia tried to push her into an electric fence. She allegedly threatened to stab the family in their sleep. The parents claimed Natalia was found standing over them at night, watching them sleep. Michael Barnett later testified that Natalia would smear bodily fluids on walls and terrorize their other children. Fearing for their safety, the Barnetts took a drastic and shocking step. They had Natalia's age legally changed from 6 to 22 years old. Once she was classified as an adult, they moved her into an apartment alone in Indiana and left her there. Then they packed up and moved to Canada. To the Barnetts, they had just escaped a real-life horror movie. To the rest of the world, they had just abandoned a helpless child. A battle of truths and lies. In 2019, authorities caught up with the Barnetts, and they were charged with neglecting a dependent. They maintained that Natalia was never a dependent. She was an adult fraudster who had manipulated them. But as Natalia took the stand to defend herself, the case took a shocking turn. With tears in her eyes, Natalia said,
I was a child. I never hurt them. I just wanted a family.
Her new adoptive family, the Manns, also defended her, saying she was a sweet girl, not a violent criminal. Then the biggest bombshell dropped. Medical professionals examined Natalia's teeth and bone structure, and the results contradicted the Barnetts' claims. Some tests suggested Natalia was closer to her original age, a child, not an adult. Ukrainian records also backed this up, listing her birth year as 2003, not 1989. This meant that if the reports were correct, Natalia was possibly only 8 or 9 years old when the Barnetts left her alone in an apartment. Had the Barnetts abandoned a dangerous imposter, or had they abandoned a vulnerable child in one of the worst cases of neglect ever recorded? In the end, the Barnetts were cleared of charges, but their story remains one of the most controversial adoption cases in history. If Natalia was truly a child, the Barnetts committed an unforgivable act of neglect. If Natalia was an adult con artist, she orchestrated one of the most chilling deceptions ever. But here's the real question. Who do you believe? Natalia now lives with a new adoptive family who insists she is a gentle, loving girl, nothing like what the Barnetts described. So what went wrong? Did the Barnetts truly believe they were in danger? Or did they fabricate a horrifying story to justify abandoning Natalia? One thing is certain, this case will haunt people for years to come. And Natalia's true age? We may never know the full truth. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Was Natalia a victim of one of the most shocking cases of child abandonment? Or was she a manipulative adult hiding in plain sight? Drop a comment below and tell us, do you believe the Barnetts? Or do you think Natalia was just a child in need? What evidence convinced you one way or another? Could something like this happen again? This case is a chilling reminder of how easily truth can be twisted and how the most shocking mysteries sometimes never get solved. Like and subscribe for more shocking true crime stories.